Alright people, Mike Saladin here again. Welcome back to another Like a Dragon video. This is just my platinum trophy journey for Like a Dragon Gaiden, the man who erased his name. Pretty chill platinum trophy, to be honest. Most of it was story related stuff. This first one was just for unlocking, I think, 5 abilities or something like that. Pretty easy one to get. I think I then went around the town just beating up some people in the opening area to scrounge up some money to go play some mini games. You didn't really have to do this um, because you get a lot more money way later on when you're doing the Coliseum stuff. You get like millions in like seconds. Uh, but I was taking this at a pretty slow pace and just doing things as they came into my head to do it. So I scrounged up some money first, and while I was beating up random people in the opening area, I also got this extremely heated trophy, which is just for activating the extreme heat mode. I think it's like 10 times or something like that. Then I went and played some mini games, got some of the completion requirements out of the way for like Koi Koi. I think I did pretty well. I did a 12 round match and I won like 2,600 points or something. I really cleaned out this guy. Yeah, 2,670 points. And that all helped me out with the network requirements, where you have like your usual checklist of 100% completion stuff to tick off. Like a spider, I think that's just for activating Kiryu's little what do you call it? His little spider web attack in agent mode or in his agent battle stance. Just use that like 50 times or something. This one, Arcade Dweller, I think this was just for trying out one of every arcade game or playing maybe 10 arcade games or something like that. Pretty simple one. Untouchable, I think that's for pulling off like quite a few of those dodge counter attacks where you just like roll out of the way at the right time and then hit circle. I did that during this sort of. I think this is one of the first boss fights you get into. Um, and I think that's where I unlocked this untouchable trophy. Guess I just left in this footage because I was trying to do it again there, but I sort of missed that time. I managed to take him out with throwing that thing before he could shoot me. That was pretty funny. I think this is just a story-related trophy, Hidden Dragon. I think that's just for beating the first chapter, or the prologue, or whatever it was. Yeah, chapter 1. So yeah, it took me like so many hours to get out of chapter 1 because I was running around doing random stuff. I really took my time with this game because I was aware it was a shorter main story. Whip Splash, this was just for throwing somebody into a river using Q's little web slinger attack. Again, pretty funny one. I guess I stopped to play some pool then, and I think I somehow potted the 9 ball during this. After like 2 moves, and it ended this game like really quickly. It wasn't even intentional. I was just like hitting the ball as hard as I could and seeing where it went. I think that's why this footage is here, because it was just an insane shot. Yeah, I used the black to pot the 9 ball. That was just a crazy shot. Like, I can't believe that actually happened. But again, you didn't have to do every mini game in Like a Dragon Gaiden for the 100% completion. That wasn't really a requirement, but I still ended up doing most of the mini games and getting quite a lot of uh, completion points out of them just because I enjoyed doing it. And it was good practice because you never know when the next Yakuza or Like a Dragon game is gonna like bring back 100% completion as a like full trophy requirement. And if you have to play pull perfectly in the future, again, this was another one where I pocketed the 9 ball with a really random shot. So yeah, I got lucky twice doing that. Once more pull. Uh, I think the next thing it did, yeah, I went and played some golf then. I think this was a hole in one shot, was it? No, that was a complete miss. So yeah, I don't know why I left this footage in. Maybe this one I get it directly in. Again, there wasn't really a trophy for this. I was just practicing and messing around for just for my own entertainment and trying to get some of the completion points for the network just out of the way early. Because you're better off not doing mini games until you've got those bonus multipliers that get you more points for taking stuff off the checklist. Yeah, there was when I sunk the ball. Got 200 points for that. So that was pretty fun. I enjoy that closest to the pin mini game. It's a lot easier than the bingo for me. The bingo golf, I don't know what it is, but I end up missing so much whenever it starts moving back and forth. Yeah, the I can't really pronounce her name correctly, so I'm just gonna call it the network. But yeah, these were these little network missions where you just did like random quests or requests even for people. Just really small fetch quests, or sometimes it would turn into a fight. And these were like where all your sub stories were on the network. I think there was like 50 of them. There was a lot more of these like requests, but then there was like also sub-story requests that had a bit more story and stuff to them, and they were all part of this network. So I went around doing quite a few of those, gathering up points. Um, Again, I don't think you had to do every last one of them, but you just had to get the network up to certain ranks in order to be able to unlock some stuff. Got to catch some balls. That was just for getting a golden ball off that guy on that boat. You just had to use your little web slinger to grab that as he went past. Neighborhood Watch, again, this was for just doing like quite a few of those little requests for random people around the town as part of the network. Um, let's see, Bullseye, was this just for winning a game of darts? I guess that's what that was. So again, I was just doing a lot of mini games when I just felt like it. Um, Neighborhood Defender. I guess this was another for getting another set of requests done. Maybe that was for getting like 10 or 15 requests or something like that. Ooh, nice sledgehammer heat move. Again, the hit moves are pretty brutal as usual. This game, of course, it's gone back to the brawler style. Just for a while we do this Kiryu sort of side story. A lot of people, they didn't really get on well with the turn-based stuff, so I think RGG Studio is trying to please everybody by doing a brawler game. And then we're going to have turn-based back in Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth. But also there's going to be some brawler combat in it as well, because you can swap between Kiryu and Ichiban, which is going to be very interesting. So that was just another Neighborhood Watch trophy. Again, that's just for doing more requests, I think. Probably like 30 or 40 or something like that. I then went to play some Mahjong. I think this was a match where I won in like a really stupid way when I really didn't deserve to or whatever. Again, you didn't have to play Mahjong in this one if you didn't want to, but I was just trying to practice and sort of stay sharp with my very limited ability to play Mahjong, just in case in Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, which isn't that far away, that they do bring back like the big 100% everything in the game sort of trophy, where you might need to win a lot of Mahjong matches. So yeah, this is when I came first at the royal table with a really stupid win that I didn't deserve. But yeah, a win is a win, so I took it. Always prepared. I think this was just for buying different gear items. Um, I don't know how many, maybe 10 or 15 or something. And then the next trophy was Respectable Dragon. Guess this was for unlocking quite a few more abilities. Um, Again, I don't think you had to unlock every ability this time. They were quite lenient on a lot of stuff, which is why this platinum, I think most people are going to be able to achieve it, because there's nothing really that hard. Maybe some of the later Coliseum matches, if you haven't leveled up that high and you haven't got your squad, your team leveled up, some of those could be tricky. But for the most part, everything in here is a lot more doable than usual. And I don't know if it's going to be kept up in Infinite Wealth, if it's going to be as easy. But yeah, I don't mind a nice chill platinum from Yakuza this year after Ishin, which was insanely grindy and really was not a fun platinum. This really took the bad taste of Ishin out of my mouth, to be honest. So yeah, these were a couple of gambling trophies. I just did most of that at the castle. Uh, Played a lot of poker, a lot of blackjack, and just won a certain amount of chips. And yeah, there was a few trophies linked to that. Let's see. I think I was. What was I doing here? I had a pair of tens and this 9. I don't know what I was doing here. One pair. That was the biggest bluff of all time. I beat that guy with one pair of tens. I don't know what went on there. I think I was just bluffing like completely. Can't believe that pair of tens actually beat that guy. Like a B, I think that was just for deploying the drone attack from the agent style against people 50 times. Like a Firefly. That would also be for using this little exploding cigarette move 50 times. Did most of these things in the arena where most of the combat goes down in this game. Of course, Pocket Circuit was back. You had to do quite a few matches of it for a few trophies. Again, not too hard. You had so much money and so many different ways of getting points here. With your rival matches and stuff that you can unlock parts really easily, and it wasn't too hard to get through Pocket Circuit. It was a nice little fun distraction, and it was funny seeing Kiryu get so hyped at defeating children at this children's game. And he gets so upset if he loses to a child as well. It's pretty hilarious. Locked Up or Locker Up was that trophy. I think that was just for opening 30 lockers. Left in the Dust, I think this was for beating the final. No, this wouldn't be the final track, but it's definitely for winning at Pocket Circuit. Or beating a certain rival, I would think. So what was I doing here? Oh yeah, I unlocked the rocket boots, or whatever this special attack was. Pretty hilarious that Kiryu can do this. And it always goes to show RGG Studio, they will just put any mechanic that feels fun into their games. And I think they're kind of displaying in this game that they want to make some sort of superhero game. I'm just guessing at that, but the way Kiryu has a web slinger, and he also has these rocket boots, and like I thought they were going to give him a jetpack soon from all these different abilities they were giving him. So I'm just wondering if they're testing out all these different gameplay mechanics for a future game that's unrelated to Yakuza, that's maybe a bit more about these kind of special attacks and stuff. But that's just me just completely guessing. So Fashion Scrub, this was just for buying different clothing items. For the first time ever, you can sort of like completely customize Kiryu and buy whatever clothes and hats and stuff you want. So I made him dress like his actual voice actor here, who always wears this sort of hat when you see interviews of him with Sega and stuff. So I thought that was pretty funny that you were able to do that. You had to place more pool and do these little puzzle pool mini games. Some of these were quite tricky to orchestrate, but I managed to get this one done. So yeah, this next one, taking requests. Again, this was just for doing a lot of the requests for the network and getting the 100% completion off of that. Not sure what I was doing here, just deploying some more of the weaponry. Just bullying this guy with drones. I think this was another side quest. Oh, I actually accidentally threw him in the river. I already got the trophy for that earlier. But yeah, that's pretty funny that I tossed that guy in there because he's meant to be part of a side story here. He's just magically back on the out of the water after that. That's pretty funny. At your service, I think that's just for recruiting some people to Kiryu's little Coliseum team, or maybe it's like the first person you recruit, or maybe it's for getting like 10 or so. You had to recruit quite a lot of people. Welcome to the family. That's probably another recruitment to the clan Coliseum clan thing. I think you have to recruit like 30 people for trophies, maybe a bit more. Go to guy. Oh yeah, that was just for more requests, I think. Again, a lot of this just pretty simple stuff that most people will be able to unlock. Legendary Dragon, yeah, this was for unlocking more abilities. I think that's the last ability trophy that you need to unlock. I still didn't have all of them. You don't need to buy every ability, but it definitely does help when you go to do all this arena stuff to have Kiryu leveled up pretty high, so that you can get S ranks and just get a lot of money and just buy everything that you need in the game. Up and coming fighter. Again, I think this is for completing like all the gold or maybe silver competitions at the Coliseum. Yeah, I unlocked the gold tiger, so then I got a trophy for that, which means I could go into all the gold missions at the Coliseum. The Coliseum really made up a big bulk of this game. It was where most of the gameplay was focused. Rising Superstar, I think that was just for singing karaoke. I did pretty badly on that song, only getting an 83. I guess I was a bit rusty. Drinking in Lincoln, this is just when we take, I really can't pronounce her name correctly. So, but yeah, that's when we take out the leader of the network that we've been doing all these requests for. Fighting this golden samurai guy. I guess this was part of a trophy, but he was just another sort of side quest, little request thing from the network. Oh, I think I left this in because it had this brutal heat move that just goes on and on and on. You think it would stop a lot sooner, but you just get like completely demolish that guy. I think you have to fight him 3 times, and you might get a trophy for that. Castle on the Water, this was for beating Chapter 2, I believe. So yeah, it took me ages to get out of Chapter 2. I did so much stuff. Just did as much stuff as possible before moving on between chapters. Even things you didn't really need to do for the Platinum, I just did it for fun. Retro Gamer, that's just for playing 5 Sega Master System games, or Mega Drive games maybe. There's a TV and you can collect various games that you can play on it. I think you have to play 5 of them. Strength in Numbers, again, this was another recruitment trophy. Just get all these guys onto your clan. There's plenty of people around to recruit from requests and just speaking to people near the arena that you can hire. Or you can send a scout out to hire people for you. So a lot of these trophies near the end here, these will all be related to the Coliseum. It was really where the bulk of all the gameplay happens, as I said previously. Yeah, you fight with your clan members and you level them up. And then eventually you unlock the Platinum tier quests. Some of those were actually pretty hard, the Platinum Coliseum stuff. Some of the ones where you fight with your team, if you don't have a leveled up team, it's going to be pretty tricky. The Man Who Knew Too Much. Again, I think that's beaten chapter 3. Again, it took me a while to get out of chapter 3. I was just doing so many side quests and stuff. Heavenly VIP, that's just for taking out the hostesses at the cabaret club. Pretty strange that they've made them live action videos for some reason. I guess they just wanted to change the cabaret club from usual just to be a bit different. But yeah, I didn't mind when they actually had in-game hostesses who were just, video game characters, and it wasn't playing like a POV video or whatever. But yeah, I went and did some more karaoke. I think that's the highest I've gotten in any karaoke song in this game. 99, still not good enough to get up to the very top, but yeah, I was pretty happy with that. Went back, did some more golf. This is the bingo golf I was on about. I'm not as good at it as I am at the nearest to the pin golf, but I think I left this footage in because I managed to get a bingo on every direction here. Yeah, you had to do that for a little request, I think. Get like 8 bingos or whatever, or the maximum number, and then you just go talk to this guy who's over here. I don't think this was part of a trophy, but then again, maybe it was part of doing all these requests for trophies. But yeah, I just left that in because I was pretty happy with it. So went to play some more pool. I think this is another one where I managed to pot the 9 ball using another ball. Yeah, I just love doing that. That's the 3rd time I've done that. There's nothing greater than ending a pool game so early, doing a little trick shot like that. I don't think that was part of a trophy. Oh yeah, this is when we were beating the captain guy when we were out on the town, so that made it even funnier. Because you had to do various activities around the town with your little group of Yakuza friends here. And I beat the captain at pool, so that was pretty funny. And he gave me like 300k for beating him, which wasn't really a big help because I already had millions at that point from the Coliseum. Fashionista, again, this is just when you buy like 30 or 40 items of clothing. I think I made Kiryu and Majima cosplay at some point, which was pretty funny. Hell's Keeper, I think that's for beating a lot of arena stuff again. Maybe all the Hell Rumble matches or something like that. Again, not too tricky, and as long as you're leveling up Kiryu quite a lot, you probably won't have a problem. Hell's Patron, again, I guess that's for beating all the tournaments in the Coliseum, the Hell tournaments or whatever they are. And let's see this one. Yeah, a lot of back-to-back arena stuff here. Prize Fighter. That must have been for beating all the Hell Team Rumbles, I would assume. Again, you get so many millions for doing all this and leveling up. And then I have Kiryu dressed as Majima here. They can't stop us all. I guess this was another... oh yeah, this was another recruitment trophy. Just recruited this guy into our clan. That was just from a random scout I sent off somewhere to get more fighters. Trained to death. I guess that was for getting someone to the maximum level of training. Or maxing out Kiryu's bond with them or something like that. Again, so many of these trophies are going to be related to the Coliseum. It really is the main sort of side activity in the game and what's going to like pad out the game a bit. Some people might be a bit annoyed that they get a glorified Coliseum DLC. I've seen that complaint from some people about Gaiden, but I didn't mind it. I quite liked this. Quite liked that was a big side activity in this game. And I didn't mind clan creator stuff either. It was quite fun recruiting people. But a lot of people see this as like sort of a DLC for like Yakuza 6 or something. But for me it's a bit too long to just be called a DLC. But I can see the argument that this does feel like an epilogue for Yakuza 6 that's getting released years later. And some people think it shouldn't have been its own game or whatever. And other people think it's a prologue. Well, it is a prologue also, but it's also an epilogue for Yakuza 6. But a lot of people are saying like this should have been just part of Infinite Wealth, just a big prologue at the start of Infinite Wealth. And maybe that just wouldn't have made sense for that game once we get that game. But it is a bit of a strange one. It's too short to be seen as a full proper Yakuza game, but it's not so short that it can be counted as DLC. So it is a bit of an experiment the way they've released this game. I actually imported my copy from PlayAsia because I wanted the physical disc release. My only concern with future shorter Yakuza games is, are they going to be trying to like print less discs of them in the future? And I noticed Infinite Wealth, it's straight back to having like a proper Western disc release. So I'd rather they make longer games that take longer to come out, as long as we keep getting our physical releases, than making shorter games that take less time to come out, but then you don't actually get to like buy your proper disc release of the game or whatever. So yeah, just going off a bit of tangent there, but it was a big conversation around this game was how there was no physical release in the West, and I kind of like them to keep releasing them on disc because I love collecting these games, and it's just one of my favorite series. And I would be sad if it went digital only completely. But yeah, pretty much we're at the end of the game now. I done everything, beat Amon, did all the Coliseum stuff. Got the network to 100% or whatever. Then I just finished up the story. And the final two trophies were just for beating the game. And then that also unlocked the platinum at the same time here over these little end credits. Took me 62 hours. I was pretty slow compared to other people, but I really took my time and really wanted to soak it in. But yeah, thanks for watching, people, and I'll see you again next time with another Yakuza video. Probably in January when Infinite Wealth comes.